Yes. The Bloodlust is live. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be diving into our Week 40 review of Trackmania weekly shorts. Appreciate y'all being here. Sorry I am late. Yes, I understand. You know, can never have a smooth transition into starting the stream, but we're here now. I appreciate everybody. We're closer to being on time today than we have been for a while, so I consider that a win. Anyway, we're gonna hop into it. Getting into some Trackmania. I did do a little bit of grinding last week. Had some help, thanks to the viewers. Appreciating that. For giving me some pointers and playing with me the other day. No, we're not gonna be doing that today. What up? Appreciate you, man. You too. What you playing today? Saw that you were on Roblox the other day. I watched for a minute or two, but I'm not super interested in that if I'm being honest. Thanks for popping in though, dude. Appreciate you. Alright, we got week 41. Looks like they got some fun stuff. Future Village, Magic Mountains, Old Town Paths, After the Crash, and Small Dungeon. That's interesting. Like a demon goat thing or something there. Alright, well, we'll check that out here in a minute or two. For now, we're going to check out the records on week 40, starting with Siegfried. I did do a little bit of work on this one. It was pretty fun, but I'm not a huge tech guy. Had a lot of interesting kind of mechanics going for it. Lots of, oh yeah, no, I did actually. I grinded the crap out of this one. This isn't the one I was thinking of. I was thinking about the other one. This one, you get a really good line there if you go straight, and then you want to go really kind of wide there so that you can actually come back even tighter. So you want to go straight across that plastic, and you kind of do want to go high on the far side there, because you can collect speed on the way back down. Give me a second here. This is my first race of the day, so we're gonna warm up a little bit. There we go. Gain a little bit of speed off of that. And you go wide here so you can go even tighter into this section. Try to land straight there if you can. You can actually cut that corner into the finish. And yeah, pretty easy track. A little bit of fun. I got hooked on it though, just because anything with dirt, for some reason I get stuck on, but just these last couple of transitions, I had a couple of really good runs where I would get just a crazy high amount of speed into the last checkpoint, or I would get a ton of speed into the finish and fail the last checkpoint, and I couldn't really seem to string it together. Ooh, there we go. That was actually kind of a good run. Gained a little bit there, 0.1. Was for Faz. Oh shit, yeah. No, I didn't update my my thing today. Good call, good call. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I will have to fix that for the next stream. Yeah, that's my bad. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and look at the records here. So we got Sisu, Yappy, Oscar Bay, Simpson, and RV. Oscar Bay is the only one I recognize there. Got a lot of new names in the records. It's always good to see that there's new people. Alright, so we're going to start out the run here really close to that wall. Get a little high there, and yes, onto the plastic. Skip as much of that dirt as possible. And then we go real tight, straight line into the finish, cutting that corner close as possible. So once again, you get really close to that wall. Nice low line there. And I did actually, I forgot about that as I was doing my little display run there, but I forgot actually, if you hit that plastic, you skip that dirt and conserve a fair amount of speed. Small dungeon is small. Like small? Like how small? 1 checkpoint small. Anyway, that's a good tight run. Really not a lot of commentary there. The only thing that they really did that I forgot to mention was just riding along the plastic there to keep your speed, keep your tires touching the ground so you don't lose any speed. Let's actually give that a quick try here. So you go real tight here, and you go low, and then to the right to try to keep contact. That's actually tough. That's a tough line. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go back to the records here. We're going to look at Sisu and Yappy from Yappy's perspective. From the start here, they go super tight to the left, really close to that wall. Oh, barely keeping his tires on the ground. Once again, keeping contact, really tight around there. Sisu did something way different. He goes super tight into the finish. Let's see what Sisu did there, because Sisu actually really switched it up. I don't know why. So he went straight across the water, and he actually went tighter there. And really, wow, what, just a really clean line. Crazy world record. It honestly, like, that is such kind of just a basic run. I know my snowman counters from Descenders is still up. That's been a thing for quite a while now. Yeah, just really basic run. I'm honestly surprised. Like, that's not the kind of thing you expect to see in a world record. Not really a ton there to comment on. He does get some speed slides. Actually, that is a good point. So he gets a good line here, goes super straight, doesn't lose any speed, but he actually purposefully sets up right here for a speed slide. Just for a tiny bit of extra speed. Lands in a drift, so there's less friction. Very slight. It seems like he's pretty much ahead the whole run. You don't see anybody else near him. Very good. Very well done by Sisu, getting the world record on that. Sisu, Yappy, Oscar Bay, Simpson, and RV in the top 5 for Siegfried. That was a fun track. I like the basic tracks like that. Little bit of finesse, little bit of tech, little bit of, you know, just a little bit of everything. Kind of a demanding line. This one, I did not enjoy. For one, I don't enjoy Desert Car. It is not the most fun vehicle, though I did get a pretty dang good line here. Barely managed to keep it there, touched my tires just a tiny bit on accident, but really tight into the finish there. Felt good about that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Change opponents. Drive alone, please. God, I don't want that. Oh no. There we go. Alright. So go here, a little tight to the right. Try not to touch that wall immediately and fail. Really tight to the right. Try to get as tight as you can around that rock. Really, all of this is just keeping your tires off the ground. One interesting thing about the Desert Car is the fact that it's all tippy, and it can make it seem a little frustrating to handle to start with, but part of that actually makes it really good for these sand sections, because you can tip it like that, and if you don't tip it too much, then you can actually keep a really nice line, nice smooth line, and not have as much friction across the sand or surfaces of that kind. So it does have some interesting mechanics to it. I feel like, before we look at the records here, I feel like right here there is some kind of trick. You can bounce up that rock and straight into the finish somehow. I was unable to pull it off, but I have a feeling that is what the records are going to look like. So we're going to go ahead and look at the records here. We got world records, Danafil, Cinetex, Neko, Jortim, and Kappa Riley. Recognize Kappa Riley and Jortim. Neko TMU, that's an older one. They're definitely a veteran in the community. And the other two I don't really recognize. So we're going to start from Kappa Riley here. Kappa Riley, Neko, and Jortim. Nice close lines. Ooh, over that rock. What a tip. And they actually kind of jump over that. Oh, and just really tight. Nice, clean, beautiful lines. Almost made it all the way around without touching the tires in the sand. And lost a ton of speed right there. Why did Kappa Riley lose so much speed right there? Kappa Riley was ahead the whole way. Barely touched tires at the end. And oh no, because of the air time, he landed flat on all 4 tires and was not able to turn soon enough. Just that was enough to lose him probably like 0.03 or something like that. Dang, well, good run by everybody there. Kappa Riley, Jortim Neko, and I did not see the cut that I was expecting, but they had a really nice, clean, smooth run. We're going to go from Syntax perspective, Syntax Danafil. Once again, really tight over that rock. That was crazy. Nice, beautiful corner, almost touching that wall. Again, almost touching that railing, and just losing a little bit of speed there in the finish. Once again, same as Kappa Riley, barely touches the tires for a tiny bit too long in that last sand section right there. If he had gone a little bit wider to the left, he actually would have been faster because he would have been able to skip the sand. But because he was so far to the right, he had to turn more conservatively. Unfortunate. Well, that was a good run though. Good run by Syntax. Danafil pulling it out, getting the world record for Track 2 Orange Sands. Beautiful run there. Ah, man, Syntax. I bet Syntax seeing this and is just screaming right now. Syntax, they were just back and forth this whole run. Danafil had a pretty good lead there, but Syntax managed to bring it all back and then just lost it on that last turn. God, that's rough sometimes. Anyway, well done to Danafil, Syntax, Neko TMU, Jortim, and Kappa Riley. Top 5 on Orange Sands, week 40. That was a fun track, though still not my favorite. I do not enjoy Desert Car all that much. If it was a rally car, I might enjoy it more. Rally car is more fun to play with. So this one is the Pathfinder track. There was a lot of different paths here, but I got a tip from one of the viewers. Greatly appreciate that. Told me that you can go reverse through that booster and into this finish, and I managed to get a sweet time of like 13.6 or something like that. Could have done it much faster. I had another crazy good run, and I will show you that. I almost had an 11.5, and I do say almost. It was so close. Nope, that's not it. Dang it. Managed to get number 6 in Oregon, though. Actually feel really good about that. I've only ever managed to finish in the top 5 in Oregon one time. So anywhere in the top 10, honestly, makes me feel really good. Because there's a lot of really strong competitors in Oregon. And they managed to... Okay, yeah, this is the one right here. I came so close. Had another from the same viewer informed me that there was another shortcut through oh, I don't want it off of the... There was another shortcut through the fuselage of that airplane, and I managed to get myself a pretty good run through that. But the thing about that is it is a very RNG heavy path, because the only thing that managed to get me close to this finish was a slight tap off of the ground right here. Boop. Nope, that's not. Was that it? Yes, that was it. Right there. That slight tap That slight tap right there on the where I brushed the nose on the sand was what aligned me for this finish. And I hit the brake and I released a tiny bit trying to line up for that. I came so close. It would have been an 11.6. 11.6. Let's see how close that was to the world record. I'm gonna go drive alone, view records. 10.7. Oh man, I wouldn't have even maybe been in the top 100, but it would have been a dang good run. So let's see, we got Blood TM representing for the Blood God. Blood TM, Dagon God, and it's Cam in the bottom here, watching him go down. Really nice nose down over that hill, and they bumped the sand. Exactly, it's that brush. It is that bump on the sand that makes the difference. Literally all three of them bumped the sand with the nose of their vehicle. Oh, wait, no, not all three of them. Whoa! Okay, who was that? Was that Dugon? Yeah, what's up with Dugon? Let's look at Dugon's perspective here. Dugon went up the side of the fuselage and just did a straight shot. Wow! What a crazy, beautiful flight. Skipped touching the ground, just had the perfect turnover and right into the finish. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, good job to all three of those. It's Cam, Dugon God, and Blood TM. Definitely a beautiful run, but we're going to see what's up with Kermit and Amelius here. They are both 0.2 ahead of the others. What is the difference? They get a beautiful nose down and they go heavy to the left. Oh, whoa, that was a wild. So neither one of them actually touches the ground. They just go straight up the wall. Kermit taking a ton of that sand. Why take so much of that sand? He got a crazy zoop somehow that managed to pull him in, but he took just so much of that sand. It seems unnecessary. That's I don't understand how he managed to get. He seems so far behind, but yet Amelius turning slightly to the left in the air. Wow. Just like straight. Actually, he did not turn. It was probably Kermit that turned. Amelius goes almost perfectly straight the whole way. That is, what an amazing flight. What an amazing flight. Well done to Amelius, Kermit, and Dugon God managing to get the straight flight. Good job to Blood TM, it's Cam, and the others for making it into the top 5. This was a fun track. I do enjoy the ones that have kind of, I love the Pathfinder tracks. They're my favorite style, but I do love the ones that have, like, interesting little tricks. I don't always love when there's, like, impossible stunts that you have to pull off to get the world record that literally, like, 1 in a billion people might manage to somehow. I just want to. Wow, that was not my intention, but that was kind of cool how that worked out. Get the nose down. Man, they got so much speed there. Still, Kermit just taking so much of that sand is wild to me. I don't know why Kermit took so much of that sand. No. I would like to try to get just one flight. Maybe. I'm not gonna try too hard for this. Yeah. You just gotta really get a beautiful angle on that. As I said, I managed to make it into the top 5. I feel good about that. Or top 6, rather. Top 10 in Oregon, anyway. I feel pretty good about that. Good job to everybody who made it in the top 5 in the world. That crazy reactor flight. It's always a crazy reactor flight, isn't it? Or like some kind of like plastic bounce or landing bug that does the difference. This one, I almost entirely avoided this track. This track, I managed to beat it like once or twice. Well, I beat it a few times actually. I was grinding this a bit while I was on stream, but after that, I only came back to it once or twice. It's right here is a line that is just incredible. If you can manage to get this line around that back corner and water bounce, because there's a pool over there, and then water bounce on the other side. Oh, dang it. Hit the grass a little bit. Misaligned me. I want to get the line up here so you can see it, because I came so close so many times, and I had a couple of runs that were kind of funny. I had one where, dang it. I had one where I hit the edge of the water pool, and it made me do like a 900. I spun so fast, it was crazy. Probably would have turned the driver into jelly if it was real life. Okay, there we go. And then, dang it, nope. So yeah, if you can get through that water pool, where is it? Yeah, down, over, and then yeah. Here, if you can get through that water pool and get just the right bounce over on the other side of this, you can bug slide directly into the finish right there. And if you can do it right, you can do it in like maybe 12 seconds or less. I would say or less. It's crazy, but I was unable to pull it off. I tried many times. Unfortunately, I was unable to do it. Yeah, it looks like the record is 15 seconds, so I exaggerated a little bit, but it's fast. Still 17.7, 2.3 seconds behind, and I'm 45,000. So we're going to look at Nella J, Simple 7, and Arctic Expert from Nella J's perspective. Whoa, immediately taking a path I did not see. Whoa, what a corner cut there by Nella J. Beautiful line, and of course, okay, so I did not see that drop there at the start. That's crazy. And then that cut through that corner is also kind of wild. Simple 7 and Nell J both do that. Arctic did not, and Arctic managed to actually finish ahead of both of them. But a large portion of that seems to be that Arctic Expert actually got just a better bug slide. Landed sooner. You're reviewing map 2? This is map 4, dude. Crazy. What are you even talking about? Anyway, Nella J simply, Arctic Expert. I kind of want to look at Arctic Expert there by themselves. Arctic Expert gets a really tight line here to the right side and manages to skip that corner. I feel like the other two went through that corner cut just because of their speed. Excellent work. Arctic Expert managing to get just a super tight line and gets there slightly faster than everybody else. I'm sorry I'm not moving at a pace that is like pleasing to you or something, bro. Sisu and its Cam both going super tight here. Cam somehow just starting out ahead. Let's actually do that over. Sisu and Cam going much tighter at the start. getting a really nice nose down after the ceiling bounce. Super tight, really close to that wall. And just getting a beautiful bug slide into the finish. Almost didn't even have to bug slide. Cam almost just went straight into the finish. Rocket League. So kind of, sometimes the kind of wild stuff that people do can feel that way. Well done to Sisu and its Cam. Its Cam just getting a really beautiful run right there. Going at an angle and getting a slightly sooner nose down gave him a ton of speed, which carried all the way into the finish. He gets there 0.03 ahead. Could have even possibly done it faster if he got into an earlier finish, but with that kind of speed, it's really hard to be precise. Well done. Absolutely well done to Sisu, its Cam, and everyone else in the top 5 there. That was Random Treks, week 40. On to track 5 of week 40. Looking at the reviews, this is Off-Piste. This one is basically just a snowy downhill with some reactor boosters. There's a couple of interesting tricks here. Was grinding the other day with one of the viewers and got a pretty sweet finish. Could have been much better, but that was definitely a PB for me. Top 25 in Oregon, I'll take that. There's some interesting mechanics with the desert car on snow. It kind of works like the snow car on ice. So, the snow car has basically no traction on ice, and the only way to turn with it is to like basically go completely backwards. Whoa, that's not. Anyway, in the desert car, you can kind of get a similar situation. If you go sideways while you're on the snow, it can actually kind of pull you back the opposite direction. You kind of have to like accelerate backwards and at an angle. It's hard to describe. Let's see, it's Cam up in the top 5 again here. It's Cam, Walking Cat, and Zuck. Starting from It's Cam's perspective, they go what? Insanely tight. Crazy. Go, why did he bumped off of the pillar? How did they do that? What is going on here? That is a wild technique. How did they do that? I don't even understand what I'm looking at. Let's go from Zuck's perspective. Zuck does it basically. Why did they slam into the pillar like that? I don't even know how he got the reactor up, to be honest. It didn't even look like he was going backwards enough. They hit the pillar so that they can slow down to angle themselves there. But that hover boost is wild. I've never seen anything like that. That is so crazy to me. It doesn't even make sense. Like, how? What am I even looking at? I have no, that blows my mind. I have no explanation for that. What even is this? That is the craziest freaking hover boost I have ever seen. All right, let's look at Smear and Coin. Coin 360 is an Xbox play representing. Coin ends up way behind at the start. Smear again getting that hover boost. Nice little zoop there. Looks like Coin got a massive zoop and then a snow slide into the finish. Let's check out Coin here. Coin hits the pillar a little too hard at the start, but gets the nice downhill and a crazy zoop right there, and just a perfect snow slide. Lands so super tight on that hill. That just does not make sense. It's so crazy. That Zoop was pretty amazing though. Excellent job by Coin, just getting a beautiful run. Super tight into the finish. Crazy to even look at. Kind of don't even understand what I'm looking at. These are all weird things. Coin just, God, getting such a crazy, almost looked like Coin actually got a slight bug slide there. Front back and then bug slide kind of almost pushed him to the right. That's crazy. This downhill though, I gotta see this. How do you even? They hit the pillar on purpose, because if you don't hit the pillar, then you just fly off into the trees. So you hit the pillar, slow down. Nope. Hit the pillar, slow down, not that much. Wait, did they? No way. They didn't get a boost up, they got a boost down. Why was it yellow for them and I'm getting a red booster? Okay, there's a lot of things going on here that I don't understand. Oh, come on. I don't get it. I don't understand how they end up with a yellow booster. None of that makes sense to me. What is this, dude? That is the craziest world record I've ever seen. And I mean, like, it seems so benign, but I mean, because sure, we've seen more insane things happen, but the just the mechanical interaction there just is, it doesn't make sense. That is such a wild, I have to freaking, I have to look at that one more time from Coin's perspective. Yeah, he gets a yellow booster, and yeah, he does get a reactor up. Yeah, a yellow reactor, and he gets the reactor up. And it's just because that's why he does that weird float, is because it's a yellow reactor. Yellow reactors aren't very strong. It just barely has enough power to keep him off the ground there. I still don't, how does he even get the yellow reactor? That's my question. Like, that right there, in and of itself, that's the very first question that I have, is how did he even get the yellow reactor? Crazy, dude. What an insane world record. Well done to everybody in off-piste. Wow, because crazy. Absolutely crazy. Good job to everybody. World records going to Sisu, It's Cam, Danafil, Emilius, and Coin360. Managing to make it there into the top 5 for the week overall. Great job to everyone. We're going to check out week 41 now. This is Future, or Future Village. Future. Because there's no E at the end. So it's just Future. Footer. Okay. Hoping that the tracks this week are fun. They've had some good tracks. After the weekly, or after the 5-year anniversary tracks, I feel like they got a lot of feedback, like negative feedback on that, because they really have just kind of had a full 180 on the sort of content that they've had for the last few weeks. Much more interesting, much more fun, much more like mechanically interactive, demanding. 429 on off-piste. Wow. Dang, yeah, I mean, you grinded the crap out of it. I'd hope you were somewhere in the top 500. Good job, dude. Seriously, that's actually really good. I haven't gotten anywhere inside. Well, I've gotten inside the top 1,000 a couple of times on a heavy skill track like that. But for oh, another track that doesn't want to load. I've had this happen before. For like random tracks though, bonk cup kind of stuff, I've had a couple of finishes in the top 500. But yeah, for a track, a skill track like that, that is a really good finish. Good job, dude. Is it gonna load the track here? We're gonna see what happens. I'm hoping. I didn't think about preloading the track. That hasn't been a problem, really. I've only ever had one other track that wouldn't load for me on stream. Oh, it looks like it might be doing it. Maybe? What's happening? We may have to go to the next one and come back, I guess. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, wait, no. Oh, there we go. Okay. Future Village. That's kind of cool looking. A skyscraper, like, melded into a freaking Grecian statue, or Roman statue or something. Looks sick. Alright. Future Village. Okay. Okay. So we want as much of that booster as we can get there. We go here. Whoa. Nice and low there. Boom, 17-7. That is not too difficult. This one's actually really easy. Could get more of that booster though. I might be able to improve my turn a little bit there. I go way back here. Okay, yeah. Way back here and turn a little sooner. There we go. Straighter line there. Really low there. Boom! Look at that. 0.6. First improvement. Huge. Alright, yeah, this is a really easy track. Basically, the point on this one is just to reduce your distance as much as possible. So you want to try to get, of course, as straight of a line from point A to point B as you can. That's not always super obvious though. Why? Didn't miss much, man. Just went over the last couple of tracks from last week. This is the first track of week 41, Future Village. Oh yeah, almost gained time just that way. I was way behind. Just doing a straighter line there actually makes a big difference, so. Come on, let's get a good start here. Why am I getting such crap start? Car does not want to turn. I don't understand. Ah. Come on. There we go. That's a magnet block. Ah, actually, if we hit that at enough of an angle, we can probably skip that grass and cut that corner. Little techniques like that that make the difference. Those are the kind of things that give you world records. Seems like such a benign thing to do. Ugh. But it can make a huge difference. If you can get there right. Ooh, nice, okay. Good amount of speed there. Boom. Oh, the grass. Dang it. Want to skip all of that grass, at least as much as possible. And in this case, it looks like you could skip all of it, so we don't want to touch the grass this time. We don't want airtime either. There we go. Magnet block. Nice. Another 0.1. Into the 16 seconds. Almost inside the top 50. Let's try to get one more improvement. See if we can't make it inside the top 50. Get a ton of that booster. Ah. Seems like a weird thing to do to come in from the high side of this right here. But that is a magnet block. So it actually sucks you to the ground. Oh, wait, really? Could that be a thing? Where's the second checkpoint? This is scuffed run. I just want to check something. Okay. Can we actually smack that into the... Oh, wait. No, I see another thing. I see cuts. I see two, in fact. One that's easy, totally doable, and one that would require you to literally bang your head against the wall for hours and hope. So we're gonna go for this one. Oh yeah, if I can get the right angle there, totally. Oh my gosh, if I can shoot through those trees, that would cut like half a second. Like half a second? Really? Yeah, probably about that much. But that's going to be such a tough line to hit, though. Oh, yeah. Might not even be possible. Oops. Oh, I touched the grass. Dang it. Literally touched it. So here's my other thought. Banging my head against the wall. If I bang my head into that pillar just right, I might be able to launch myself directly into the finish. Boom, that one right there. Almost. Actually, that seems much more possible than I was initially thinking. I was kind of just throwing shit out there, but that actually seemed doable. Kind of doesn't throw you at the right angle though. You need it to throw you kind of to the right, and it doesn't do that. Oh yeah, there we go. Tiny improvement. Boom, and that gets me inside the top 50. Nice, I will take that for now. I do like this track actually. Really kind of just a high speed, quick thinking transitional track. I like stuff like that. Ooh, I really love the visuals on these tracks. These two feel like they belong. These last two feel like they go together. Secret finish. That's fun. There's one checkpoint. 2 checkpoints. 3 checkpoints. And a secret finish. Okay. 2 checkpoints. Okay. 2 checkpoints and a secret finish. They totally give it away in that flyover, though. Go tight to the left here. Whoa! Airtime. I'm expecting that. Okay, I need to go much wider at the start of that turn, or I need to drift. Dang it. I think I'm gonna have to drift, which I don't love. Oh, actually, no. No, we can full speed that. Yes, we can. Okay. Alright, so this is a full speed challenge. So we do need to go wider though, or drift. Oh. Seems as though drifting is going to be necessary. Dang it. I didn't want to have to drift though. Ah. Drifting downhill doesn't always work. Ah. Why? The bush had to be right there. That bush knew. It blocked me on purpose. It was waiting. Hands are sweaty. It's a problem sometimes. Okay. No. Drift sooner. I had a really good line there though. It looked like I touched the grass, but somehow I didn't. That time I did though. You know what? Whoa! Plastic. Okay. Was not expecting that. Gold? Jeez. I mean, that wasn't a great run, but... we want to go straight across that plastic. Dang it! Okay. Wow, this is actually kind of more difficult than I was expecting. I still love the aesthetic, though. The first two maps really feel like they could be part of the same set. Oh, shit. No! Ah, man, I had kind of a good run there. Okay. Yeah, the grass, actually, if we skip that corner on the grass, that actually is huge. Oh, I lost a lot of speed right there. That was bad. Oh, nice, but right into the finish. Beautiful. Got that author medal. Still not even inside the top 100, though. Okay. Let's see, is there any other weird things I can do to possibly improve here? Oh, maybe. You might be able to throw yourself from the second checkpoint directly into the finish. I'm gonna have to check that. Nope. Not that way, anyway. Is it possible? Oh. Boom! Another second shaved off. God dang. Boom! Almost inside the top 50. Just on my first major improvement. How about that? First one to beat 3 tracks this week. Wow. Good job, Nat. I guess it pays off to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning like an old man. This is a fun one. Let's see what the normal route is. Just once. Or if that finish is supposed to be the normal route. Oh. Can take that downhill quite a lot faster. Oh, that's the normal finish. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's way slow. I feel like you could probably even do that one faster. Almost, yeah. There's totally, you can jump up from the lower platform up to the upper platform, which really wouldn't do you much. It'll save you like 0.05 maybe, if it even saves you anything, because you have to land it up at the top. That's the problem. I had to slow down so much right there. That's crazy. Yeah, so if you go whoop from there, no. Well, actually, maybe. Now this is a completely irrelevant thing to do because there's absolutely no reason to take that finish. It's not the optimal path, but I bet you can you could possibly hit that corner and like slingshot yourself into the finish. Do it right. Almost. You know, just a slight bit higher. Again, this is completely senseless and irrelevant. I'm just doing this for fun. Honing my buggy skills, I guess you could say. Ah, dang, almost. If I was, once again, just like a pixel lower than that. This is a fun one. Future City and whatever that one was named. I actually didn't catch its name. It was Future Village and Magic Mountains. Yeah, they really feel like they're part of the same set. They seriously, these two could go together. Like this one could be the backside of the hills on this one. They look so similar. The aesthetics are very complementary. All right, so we go to Old Time Town, or Old Town Paths. We're gonna drive alone here, and so this is the Pathfinder track. Of course, it has paths in the name, so we go this way. Ah, I see. Okay, immediately I'm seeing there is a booster here. Oh, and there's checkpoints? What? Oh, snap. Okay. Okay, so you need a ton of speed for that. How would that even be possible? Honestly. Oh, maybe. Oh. Almost. Dang. Oh, man. Yeah, you gotta have like the perfect speed there, but it can be done. Oh, I think I hit the brake just a tiny bit too soon. Can you even do it from this path? Maybe not. Alright. Done banging my head against the wall for that one. So we're gonna go this way. We go in between these two buildings. Boom. There's a checkpoint. And then there's another checkpoint. And where's our finish here? Okay, there's the finish. Alright, so let's see. How can we do that fast? So we go here. Land there. Skip that grass as much as we can. Don't bang into the building. Okay, well, it still wasn't very fast, but yeah, it's the author medal. 18-3 author medal and top 150. It's better than I was expecting. It's at least in the top 1/2 of players in Oregon. Whoa. Too much speed there. So we could actually get a pretty quick run off of that one, I think. So if we go actually aim for the tree. Yeah, there we go. Boom, and then we go. Boom! 0.8 saved already. Still not in the top 100. Alright, so we're going to go this way this time. What's over here? Just because it looks like nothing doesn't mean it is. Okay, it's nothing. Anyway. I feel like this is the path right here. Go over that building because we can't make that jump, at least not quite. Oh yeah, that was a weak run and I already got half a second improvement. Okay, so we go down that hill. Oh, right into the freaking tree. We go down this hill for speed. Whoops. Nope. Ah, the tree again. Okay. I was thinking maybe if I stayed more on the pavement, it might give me more speed, but I have to realign on the grass, and that loses me speed at the end. Boom, another 0.2. 16660. Hell yeah, let's go. Top 90 in Oregon. Okay, so there's still a better path here. I see. Okay. I think I immediately found it. So we go this way. If you can take a smooth enough turn here. Dang it. That board in the middle screwed me every time so far. Oh, look at that downhill. Oh, so much speed. Yes. Okay, that's the path right there. Nope. Come on. Ah! That stupid board is in my way. Jeez, dude. Almost too much. Holy cow. Okay, so I need to release because we want to go through that hole. Ah! Ah! Come on. What? Why did I did not hit the brakes while I was on the roof. I feel like this is supposed to be multiple pieces, and they just didn't put one of the pieces, like the top piece on. Oh no, dang. Okay. So that requires a little bit of precision too. Ah! That is a really precise line there. Oh, nice. Nose down. Oh, I released way too much. Dang it. That sucks. I was like in the perfect line too. Ah, once again, I released just a tiny bit too much. I might not have even needed to release that time, to be honest. Ah. Oh no. Yeah, that was way slow. I knew it. Oof. If anybody's got some pointers this time, feel free. I'm sure Nat's probably figured something out. Got any crazy strategies or stunts that you've pulled off so far? Oof. If I had even more speed, I could just go over that building, but it's not what we want. Not like I suppose it would necessarily be a bad thing to go over it. Oof. Dang it. Ah. Oh. Let's go. No. Ah. It was a rough landing, but at least I made it that time. I know it can be done. And if you do it just right, probably maintain a ton of speed too. Ah, too tight. Nobody ever said that. My God. It's a tough one to aim for. Oof. Too much speed. Be a nice problem to have. Oh. Oh. No. Ah. That's unfortunate. Mm. Wow. That was kind of crazy. Barely skimmed that board and it just glided right over the top. Didn't even touch it. Wow. It's such a tough gap. Oh my god. This is a terrible landing. There we go. Ah. Oof. I need like the perfect line through there. Not enough speed. Almost enough speed. Oh. I land up top there. Did that do me anything? So we do want the near side. Ah, man, that one stick. It's lined up so perfectly in the wrong spot. Or maybe it's in the right spot. As intended. As Todd Howard would say. No! Oh my god. Of course I had to overturn. Once again, just so ever so slightly. No way. God dang it. Okay. The one time I actually fly straight. I'm not trying to fly straight. No. Ah, it was so good. No, that freaking 2x4 every time. It's actually more like a 2x6, actually. Come on. Ah. Let's go! Finally! I could have done that so much better, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I did it. I'll find more paths. Let's see. Let's try a different path now. Like one other path. I kind of just want to go straight here. I feel like there might be something interesting in here. So there's one checkpoint there. Then, whoa! Okay. Wild. Is there like a spring on the ground back there? The heck? Huh. So that's like a pick your poison kind of deal there. You can go down here. You might be able to go down there. Oh shit. Oh, that was actually almost fast. What? Yo, what? That is not what I expected. Bro, no way. After all of that work on that other path? Oh my god, yeah, if I can land that between those two freaking arches at a diagonal, I can take an almost straight shot to the finish there. Oh, that was so close. And that was actually faster too. Oh my god, how is this faster? I don't understand, but I will accept it. A bit of a landing bug there, it looked like. No, slightly tighter. Ooh, interesting. Gain some speed off of that. No, dang it. It's an even harder window to aim for though, in some ways. Ah, too tight. Okay. Starting to freaking get caught up now. Bro, crazy. That's actually faster though. If you can freaking get that line through those arches, that is actually a faster path. I missed that rock. This is gonna be my last try on this one before I go to the next track. Almost. Yeah. Well, there are some interesting paths on that one. I'm really surprised to find that the central path is actually faster. I don't understand how, but I'm gonna figure that one out later. We got another down airplane map. Ooh, that was a wicked zoop. Okay. So we got some green reactors. Dang it. Oh my god. I see, I see. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was actually hella speed. Okay, so we go like this. Then we go over here. Whoop! Too tight. Go over here. Nope, once again, too tight. Ah! Whoa! Okay. Look at that zoop! Let's go. That was pretty sweet. Okay. Oh, what? Interesting. So there's another finish. Oops. I see it. Down to the right. Whoa! Holy crap. How did I gain all that speed? That was wild. Wow. Crazy. So if you just land straight after that second booster, interesting. What is all of that? There's like a whole other path to the right. It's not down there. How did I not see that until literally just now? Where does this go? And then it goes down? Okay. Oof. Ah. Oh. Okay. So this is actually faster. Oh. Zoop off the wrong thing. No. Ah. No. Nice! Let's go! Okay. That was some good speed. Still not in the top 50. Alright, I'm gonna check out that other finish. We're gonna do that path again. This seems to be the fast path. Oh my god! Wow, I would have been like right on it too. So there's multiple finishes here. That one in the water is kind of wild. Not faster. Like a second slower. Crazy. So it's not worth it. Oof. I could land just before that larger rock there. Huh. That seems to happen a lot, man. Dude, we freaking spent like 20 minutes on one ghost the other day, and it gave us like one evidence. That shit was crazy. God! No! Oh my god. I hesitated and then I wiggled because I'm dumb. I had it too. Really? Wow. That slows me down so much. I was not expecting that. That seemed like such an obvious like shortcut right there, but it's actually really bad. Hmm. Yes! What up? Super Mad, how you doing? Yes, inside the top 50. Excellent, okay. That's what I was looking for. We doing good. Just getting inside the top 50 on all the weekly tracks. Got chat playing Phasmophobia. What you up to? Drive alone. Small dungeon. He says it is very small. Small dungeon is small, he said. I'm skeptical. I'm thinking he probably meant small dungeon is not very small. Or maybe he meant small dungeon is, like, ironically small, but everything else is big. How's the hunt going? Hunt's going alright. Thanks. Yeah, hunt's going alright. I mean, I'm not really hunting at this point. Kinda just discovering, actually. The hunting comes later. I do the hunting off stream. I don't like sharing the tricks and stuff that I find, because I feel like, you know, that's, that's against the, that's against the, or kind of defeats the purpose, I guess I should say, of the secret times and everything, you know? Wow, that's crazy. Tossed your camera. Whoops. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Oh my god. Man, this place sucks. Okay, we keep this run though for now. Okay. And that's the finish. Oh, okay. It is kind of small. What? Author already? 117 represent. Okay. Well, then... Oof. That is terrible. It's hilarious to me how some tracks are, like, legitimately built to prevent you from racing. Wiggle, wiggle. Yay! Okay, there we go. That's much better. I feel good about that. Oh, deep inside the top 50. Oh, even inside the top 1,500 in the US. Take that. Ah, oh, dang. That is a tough jump, though. That was a really tight gap. Been lots of that today. How are your PBs looking? Got any crazy good scores, Super Mad? Ah, man, how did I lose that speed? It's wild. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, man, there's a path right there. Go whoop right there. Dang. Oh, yeah. I like this week too, yeah. They've got some good fun tracks. That was kind of what I was actually saying at the start of the stream, was I feel like after the 5th anniversary week, like they must have really gotten a lot of backlash for that, because I heard a lot of people were pretty disappointed by it. Like, they were really generic and just lame, like generally lame. There was nothing really special about the anniversary tracks, and I feel like they went out of their way after that to find like really high quality content. These are all made by the same track, or same mapper. That makes sense. I was saying the first two tracks seemed like they could be part of the same set, almost like it was a Future City and whatever the second track was called. Almost like they could be something Mountaintops, I think. Almost like they could be like back to back in the same town or something, you know, or like built off of the same, like either side of the same hill. There we go. Oh man, that railing, it is just so tight. That's a tough line. Absolutely. Heck yeah. I kind of... Dang! 673. Aiming for top 300? Nice. Heck yeah. That's a good goal. Oh, come on. yeah, I try to aim for like the top 50, generally like top 20 in Oregon, but there's been a couple of weeks that were like really freaking tough ones that I had no chance at. I usually try to aim for like the top 1,000 overall, like in the world if I can. But the last few weeks I've had a bunch of other stuff going on, side jobs and whatnot. I haven't been able to grind as much as usual. But yeah, I do the weekly reviews every Tuesday, Trackmania Tuesdays. So if you're interested in reviewing, hunting, hanging out with me, hitting it up in chat for sure. Come back next Tuesday. Appreciate you. It's always good to have somebody in chat to keep it entertaining. Oof. That release was bad. Man, that is a tough one. So there is a lot going on here with these spikes. There's actually so many lines. Oh yeah. Did you get a world record? I don't recognize your name, but that doesn't mean maybe you have a different name in game. Super mad. Kinda seems familiar. But the more you think about something, the more anything can seem familiar. Convince yourself of that. Oh, what? What the heck did I just hit? Why did I get slowed down so much right there? That was weird. I like the revolving spike traps. My best week was top 89 with a top 24. Dang, dude. Wow. Yeah, like my best overall was like just inside the top 1,000, and I've had one trek where I was like number 293 or like 296 or something, and I've had a couple of them where I've finished inside the top 500. Maybe a handful that I finished inside the top 1,000, but yeah, that's really good. It was weekless such a long time ago, yeah. I mean, that is kind of a long time ago, but that's just hilarious to say. If you think about it in terms of weeks, it really seems much longer. Instead of, like, that was only like a third of a year ago, you know? Oh, sweet little zoop there. That was actually good. So if we land on the right side, you can kind of pop yourself up and get a zoop. Nice. Okay. Little trick. We get to know that now. Ah! Is there something special here that I'm missing? Or is it just really just nailing the landing off that bridge? Ooh. Scrub my tire a little bit. Oh, man. There's got to be a line on the inside there to the left through those spikes, but you got to hit it just right. What up? Yeah, thanks for following, yo. Appreciate you. Yeah, I stream like, I am scheduled to stream 3 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. But I typically stream at least one day on the weekends. I always do Trackmania on Tuesdays, but everything else is pretty much random at this point. I'm trying to lock it down with a couple of things, but got Descenders. You ever played Descenders? That's a really good game. I love Descenders. It's probably like one of the best freaking downhill racing games of all time. And it's like a BMX racing simulator. But they just came out with a new one that is like snowboarding and mountain boarding. I've been really enjoying that. I've been thinking about making that my Friday thing. Freestyle Fridays. Just recently started doing Phasmo Fridays with Justin there in the YouTube chat. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, we're doing Phasmo Fridays currently. Yes! Top 25. I like that. That was a big improvement. Almost inside the 15-second barrier. If I could freaking make a good line through those spikes, could easily break 15 seconds, but like, where's a good line? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's look at this, do an overview from here. Let's go all the way around. I haven't actually gone this way. Cool, like condor looking thing. Oh, sweet. Half pipe jump, or quarter pipe jump. Cool. Evil statue. Heck yeah. Great decorations. Okay, so let's see here. We go. Where? I land right there. Right there. That's my line. And then start turning after that spike? Oh, can I? Ooh, man, that's a really tight turn there. Can you turn that? Heck yeah. I wish. If I get that good, freaking might actually start doing track of the day. 14, you think I can do a 14-6, huh? No hunting, and you managed a 14-6. So I'll definitely get maybe. There. Let's see. Could go there, but there's also another line there. It's a tighter line, but it's got an easier exit. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe. I probably could. I don't know. I try not to have too much faith in myself. The one time I had a ton of faith in myself, I legitimately had the world record strat, and I had like 100 different recordings, and that's just recordings. That's my good attempts. Like 100 recordings of my good attempts, and I freaking could not manage to land it even once. I was so disappointed in myself, and that was just a couple of weeks ago too. I found the world record strat like on the first day, and I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and I just couldn't freaking get it. It's a good time, man. Oh, yeah. If you can land cleanly in those spikes right there, that actually would be a really good line. Dang it. Sooner. You need to almost turn into that table leg. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. Spent too much time flying around and not enough time racing. Forgot how to do stuff. My brain... I go into like phases. Now I'm in the searching phase and not so much the racing phase. I need to go back into the racing phase. Copium. So did you or did you not get 13957? Is that you're saying you could do a 13957, or you almost did a 13957 but failed it right at the end? But sadly copium. I don't understand. How is that copium? Oh, no respawn timer. Ooh, I get ya. The copium timer. I get what you're saying now. Ah, man. Did you go through the spikes? I know there's got to be a line there, or there is at least a couple of lines there through the spikes, but You gotta land it really cleanly. Yeah, I like this track. I like this series of tracks, honestly. I appreciate the fact that they took a bunch of tracks from the same creator. You did land in the spikes, yeah. Yeah, there is a line there through the spikes that if you hit it just right, it can give you a really straight shot to the finish. I almost hit it once. Now I'm not even trying. Ah! That actually could have been so good right there. Did you go to the right or did you go down the stairs? That's the other question. I kind of tried going down the stairs, but that hole where the trap door is not big enough. You just bonk your nose off the other side. Ah, man. Why do I hesitate sometimes? You know what this track is kind of reminding me of right now is Valheim in a hilarious way. There's none of these spinning spike traps, but just the dungeon itself has kind of a similar aesthetic. God dang it. I'm about to quit on this track for the moment. I don't want it to turn into brain rot. I don't like my streams turning into brain rot. Ah, yeah. I will definitely have to hunt that one later. I really like this one. Small dungeon. Definitely a good track. One of the best this week. Ooh, and I'm in the top 6K on that? What? Where am I at in Oregon? 48, 55, 72, 47, and 25. Wow. I thought I was in the top 50 on that one. Or did I not make it in the top 50? I thought I was in the top 50 on all of them. Somebody must be working hard right now. Crash Bandicoot. Oh, yeah. I can definitely see that. Wow. Aren't they coming out with a new Crash game? I just saw a thing the other day. They had like a live action game show in like South Korea or something for Crash Bandicoot, and they ran like 3 episodes and they ended up having to cancel it because the dude in the Crash outfit was harassing the women. True story. It's crazy. Just crazy. I mean, he is a bandicoot, so what do you expect? If you're looking for some interesting content, something new and different, check out my tracks. I got my own club, TBL Rally, and I got my own campaign, STDM Rally. I got 5 tracks on there. Check it out. I got quite a few people that have actually tried it out thus far. Got 3 people in Oregon and I think like 15 or 20 people overall in the whole campaign. Check it out, STDM Rally. They are all dirt tracks. I'll do the first couple for you because they are fun. I mean, you know, if I do say so myself, I think they're a lot of fun. So it's worth checking out. STDM Rally. Love to see more names up on these records. Will it load my own track? Hell yeah. Please do. And challenge my records. And 2 of my tracks I haven't even beaten my own author medal, so if you can beat the author medal, I'll be impressed. Try to get the author medal on all of them. The one that I will say a lot of people dislike is track 4. Track 4 is it track 4? I think it's track 4. Yeah, it's track 4. Track 4 is a Pathfinder track, and it's kind of like built like a big, like an old, like motocross stadium with just a bunch of freaking big dunes and tabletops, and there's random checkpoints all over the place. I think it's great. I love the crap out of it, but I've gotten some really bad feedback. This is track 1, nice easy one, little kilter path here you gotta land on, get yourself a nice smooth run, try to go as fast as possible. And little trick on that, if you actually go towards the outside, then you don't bump as hard off of that seam. Damn. Had a lot of speed there, but bad angle. You go towards the inside of that, you don't bump as bad, you keep more of your speed. A nice tight turn into the finish there. Gotta have a good smooth angle so you can make it in. Track 2. There is actually kind of a skill gap between track 1 and track 2. I'm still trying to come up with a solid track 2. By the time I'm done with this campaign, there'll probably be like 15 tracks on it, I'm gonna guess. But at this point, I've got 5, and I'm still trying to come up with a solid track 2, 3, and maybe 4. But change opponents, do opponents from the world. We got the 576. That's one of the viewers, actually, currently sitting in second place. He had all of the world records, which I couldn't handle that. That had to be fixed. So I managed to get all the records back. He still hasn't come back to try and get them from me again, which, to be honest, I'm surprised at that. You can get a really nice downhill if you go tight. Again, if you go tight to the right on this one, at the end of this transition here, if you go super tight to the right, you'll get a nose down that'll give you an early, I need to set up action slot. Action slot 3. Yes. Okay. Action key 3 is actually pretty much perfect for this track. Perfect for a couple of things actually here. You go right there, boom, and you get a little bit of a nose down, and then we go action key 3, and we hold action, woof. The action key did not activate, what the hell? There we go. Oh, dang it. And this is the fun part. I think this is the best part of the whole track, because you come down this loop, you can go either direction, left or right, doesn't matter. You can come down this loop, and you go woo, back up and around. You go up the other side, and then you go under the route that you just took, and then to the next checkpoint and off to the finish here. And all of these are built on console too, so I'm like stuck to the grid, and I don't have a lot of decoration options and stuff, so that's another thing to be aware of. I've had a lot of people that have been like, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you do that? It's like, bro, I'm on the Xbox. That's like literally something I don't even have the ability to do, but yeah. Nice fun track. I enjoy that one. And the numbers on the names of the track is just what order I built them. This was the first track I built, and literally the first track I ever built. So I've had a lot of really good feedback on this one. One thing too that you can't do, hell yeah, get that record, yo. Hey, actually, nice little pro tip. You can shoot through the triangle of the first checkpoint, and it gives you a really nice angle for that uphill there if you can hit it just right. I think actually my author metal ghost goes through the triangle. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, this is the first track I ever built. The one thing that sucks again about being on console is that there's no like linked checkpoints. I would love to have a checkpoint like right here and then one on the other side. Oh. Boom, and then you go this way, and then you want to go towards the outside of this with a slight back turn so you can keep most of your speed. And then you want to get to this next checkpoint here in like 33 seconds or something like that. Oh, and then this freaking sausage road, I have been told, is cancer. And you go to this checkpoint, and a nice easy uphill section. And then the finale past the fans, and then we go around this, and then up over here, and then into the Quidditch finish in the middle. Herc. Boom! There you go. And it's like almost exactly a minute. That was STDM Rally 1. That was the first one that I made. Technically a third one in the campaign. Yeah, and then this is the Pathfinder track. Like I said, most people really actually hate this track. I love it. Just because it's nostalgic for me. It reminds me of like MX versus ATV, and it's like, I used to love that shit. Anyway, go here, and then you want to get down into these checkpoints as quick as possible. There's actually 4 different paths that you can take off of this track. This is the path that I take. So you go, whoop, hit that brake. Nope, didn't brake soon enough. You can like shoot yourself through that checkpoint and land just on the other side in time to redirect yourself to the left checkpoint. So we go. Boom, right there. Oop. Landed a little sideways, unfortunately. And this is all dirt too, so that's another rough interaction. People don't really love the medium either. But again, I like building tracks for the challenge, not necessarily to be like super fun. I like building things that challenge my own like shortcomings. Like when it comes to freaking racing in Trackmania, there's like, you know, like sand. I have troubles with sand sometimes. Like I have a hard time freaking hitting it at the right angle, or freaking utilizing things to skip it just right, you know? And so I like to build things that force me to utilize those skills that I suck at. Finish over here. Whoop. Oh, come on. No. Wow. Do a little loop-de-loop here. Back into the center. And on to the finish. Alright, so that was track 4. Definitely the longest track. However, well, actually, it may not be the longest track because you can finish it in less than a minute. The third one may even still be the longest track. But there's also a shortcut on the third track. This one is the last one. No, second to last one I made. But I really love this one. I think this is an awesome track. I had like the idea of like building a cube that was like kind of like in a way like an ant hill, or like a, you know, like an ant terrarium kind of situation, and it was just like multiple layers like built back in on itself. Did I make it? Barely. Okay, there's a speed check there. Lost like all of my speed afterwards, but and then you got to come real tight down here. Missed that bump. And then you want to stay as close to the wall as you can through these 2 turns so that you can get the tight downhill, keep contact. It's tough, but... And this is the really hard part. And I put this one at the end of the campaign because of the fact that it is by far the hardest. Right there. So there's this double uphill transit. Damn it. There's this double uphill transition. And if you hit it just right, literally just right, damn, then like your tires will get super glued to right there, just like that. Your tires will get super glued to the other side and it'll be a really smooth run, or you'll fly over the edge and it'll suck. Most people fly over the edge and it sucks. And I've had a lot of feedback on that, but that's okay. I want it to be challenging. Anyway, if you do it just right, you can basically super glue yourself onto that. And then tight transition here, to the left, ice slide, really tough ice slide. It's a really fast one and you don't have a lot of room to move. Oof. No. Dang. And then this is the finish here. I feel like I probably should have made the finish a little bit shorter, or the run to the finish a little bit shorter, but I wanted it to be in that spot specifically, just because it's the way that it looked. I liked it. But yeah, anyway. That's my campaign. Hope you enjoy it. Ooh, I see that you, oh my god. Wow, already. Dang, dude. 0.02. 0.019 even. So close. Holy crap. Nice. Heck yeah, keep at it. Give me something to freaking work on. Hope that you enjoy it. Thanks for trying it out. Thanks for following the channel. Hope that everybody enjoyed the content. As always, Trackmania Tuesday. We do Trackmania reviews every Tuesday. Sometimes I'll come back and do some hunting with the viewers, so definitely pay attention to the channel. Check out the notifications, see what's going on. I do, like I said, I stream. I'm scheduled to stream 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, but I stream randomly on other days, so be sure to come back occasionally, see what's going on. Tomorrow, probably going to be doing Expedition 33. I was going to do that last week, but I didn't get into it, so if you're interested in that, come back, check that out. Thank you again for checking out my campaign, and yeah, hope that everyone has a wonderful day, and that, you know, have a nice first few days of fall, because it is actually technically autumn now in the northern hemisphere. Hope that the weather treats you all well. Wish you all luck on your runs. Thank you again for viewing the stream. Stay safe, stay warm, and as always, trust in the Bloodlust.